Hi everyone, this is your mother and your sister and your aunt and your cousin and your friend and your daughter-in-law and your wife. So I am going to show you all how to make a pot of soup in about 25 minutes, and it's going to last you your entire week of your quarantine. You just need a little bit of prep work. That's easy because you have lots of time. And let me show you what I've got here. So one thing you could use is a rotisserie chicken. You just debone it. You're going to need about 6 cups of chicken. So you take your skin off, you take your bones out, you chop it all up, and you have about 6 cups of chicken. The next thing you're going to need is an onion, 2 carrots, a red pepper and a yellow pepper, and some spinach. All right, well, look what I've got here. I've got carrots chopped up and red pepper and yellow pepper, really pretty colors. And then I have a big onion already chopped. So you can do this the day before or you can do the day of. But you have lots of fresh vegetables, and it's going to last you all week. Trust me. Okay, first things first. What I like to do is start with a big pot, and it's really important to mix your olive oil and your butter together, and that gives it a lot of flavor. Okay? So, in the pot, you want to put a little bit of olive oil, maybe 2 teaspoons. Let's turn the pan on, medium. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of butter. Now you think that's a lot, but for this to be in the whole pot, a whole pot of soup, that's really not that much butter. A little bit more, and we're good to go. So we have our pot, and we are heating up the butter and the olive oil together because that is a really important secret to a great pot of soup. Now, if you don't have a lot of these ingredients, I'm going to tell you what you can substitute. You can use frozen onions, you can use frozen spinach, you can use frozen peppers. I like this brand of chicken broth, but I only have one. So go ahead and use a kitchen stock. You want to use your favorite brand of salsa. This is my favorite brand, and I like to use the medium salsa because we like it a little spicy with a little kick. So when your butter and your olive oil are sizzling, go ahead and add your onions. This is just about 1 big onion. Goes in there. What I like to do with the onions is to give it a little salt to make the onions sweat. That way it'll be a little more juicy. Okay? So I'm going to stir that around just for about a minute. So it's nice to have your prep work done so you can just add it all in. And with a pot of soup, as you go on through the week, it gets better and better. And remember, this pot of soup has all the vegetables that you need. So we have our onion. So we're going to add our carrot and peppers. And that goes in the pot. That's 1 yellow pepper, 1 red pepper, and 2 carrots. And you want to kind of make them about the same size. And if you don't, that's fine too. But look how pretty that already looks in there. What I like to do is add some pepper. No measurements necessary. And stir it. Okay, so you want to let this cook a while, maybe about 5 to 7 minutes until the vegetables become soft. So that's been cooking for about 5 to 7 minutes, and the vegetables are softened and they're so pretty. But this next ingredient is my most favorite ingredient in this soup and will become your next best friend. So it's salsa, store-bought salsa. Any salsa is fine. You can do mild, you can do medium, you can do hot. I like medium. We're going to add this beautiful salsa. And remember, any salsa is good. Any salsa is good. Salsa is a great ingredient for so many things, including this beautiful soup. So, we're going to stir in the salsa. Maybe add a little more salt. Cracked pepper. Okay, the next thing we're going to add is chicken broth. Now, my favorite chicken broth is Imagine, but I only have one container. So we're going to add the whole container to the soup. So that's 32 ounces in this carton. Remember, this is going to last you all week. You're all going to thank me later. All right. Now, that's 32 ounces, and we're going to add about 2 more cups. So I didn't have any more chicken broth. Didn't want to go to the store, so I'm going to add some chicken stock, which would actually make it even better. So we're going to add about 2 cups of chicken stock. Doesn't have to be exact, and you can add some more chicken stock if you want later. So that goes in the soup. Oh, it's looking so good. Okay, go ahead and turn up the heat. Stir it around. And so the next thing is my second favorite ingredient, and it's called Randall Great Northern Beans. It comes in a glass jar. I can get it at Kroger, Target, Walmart. And guess what? If you don't have it, you can use a couple cans of Great Northern Beans, but don't drain it. That's another secret. And you really don't need a lot of seasonings because the seasonings are in the salsa. So let's add the whole jar of Great Northern Beans. And again, the name is Randall's. Okay? So you stir that in. All that beautiful broth. So remember that rotisserie chicken I told you about that I deboned? Here it is. And it should equal about 6 cups. This looks a lot more than 6 cups. So let's see what we got here. I might add almost the whole thing. Okay, and we stir that around. And you bring your soup. Yeah, that's perfect. And you bring your soup to a boil. A full boil. You put a lid on it and you turn it down to a simmer for about 25 minutes. Oh, I forgot to add something. Okay, so when that's coming to a boil, go ahead and add about a cup of pepper jack cheese. Now you think, oh, that's such a lot of cheese. It's really not for this great big pot. And pepper jack has some kick to it, which makes it even better and such a good flavor. Okay, so what you're going to do here is bring your soup to a boil and turn it down to a simmer for about 20 minutes. while the soup is cooking, this is a good time to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. We're just gonna make some quick homemade crackers. Now, gotta have some crackers to go with your soup. So, you're in quarantine, so you don't have time to run out for crackers. So here's what you do. If you have these ingredients, you can get some flour tortillas. And if you don't have flour, maybe you have corn. If you don't have corn tortillas, just use crackers. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. Put some olive oil in this cup. And what I'm gonna do, I'll do a couple of tortillas at a time. Take a brush, brush each tortilla lightly with olive oil on both sides. Okay, then take a knife. I like this kind of a knife with the edges like that, and cut it in half. And cut that in half, and then that in half. You really have the perfect size cracker for your soup. Okay, let's do it one more time. All right, big cookie sheet. You don't need to grease it or need to spray it or anything like that. But you do want to spread your tortillas out in one layer. You don't want to stack them because you don't want to steam them. But you just want them in one layer. Now, you can season these with whatever you want. You can use salt and pepper and a little garlic powder. You can use paprika. You can use red chili flakes. You can use whatever you want. It doesn't make any difference. But I'm going to use everything but bagel seasoning. So I'm out in my hand because it's a little bit salty. So you just sprinkle it around. This is such a nice seasoning, and it does have sesame seeds in there, and it does have garlic, and it does have salt. So really, it's a great addition to your crackers. All right, there they are. Okay, so I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to put them in the oven for maybe 5 minutes because they're so thin, they're going to cook quickly. So here we go. In the oven. Now over to the soup. So this has been simmering for about 20 minutes, and it's so pretty. And it's going to be your soup for the week, and it's going to include a lot of veggies. But there's just one more thing that we want to add at the end, and that is fresh spinach. There's no measurements, 3 to 4 handfuls of this beautiful green spinach. So, there you go. Give it a good stir. Let's just give it one little taste and see what it needs. And it's going to be really hot. It's always good to close your eyes when you taste your meal. Golly, that's so good. So you want to let your flour tortillas cook about 5 or 6 minutes. When your kitchen starts to smell such a beautiful aroma from the oven, they're finished. It's going to take about 5 minutes. Let's see. Oh yeah. So they're starting to cook up and get a little crispy, and they'll also get crispy in the pan after you get them out. So you can look at them and see all the seasonings and see that they're crispy and ready to go. And they'll cook another minute or two in the pan. And then you're ready to serve your soup. Okay, everything's finished and ready to go. We're going to dish some soup out. It looks beautiful. Remember, this is going to last you all week. And look at that. Beautiful colors, beautiful broth, nice and hearty, little kick to it. Okay, there we go. We've got some flat leaf parsley. Take it just a little bit. This is how you want to finish your soup. Sprinkle a little bit on there. Add your crackers. Get a soup spoon. And there you go. Dinner for a week. So there you go. That was so easy, I think. And you know, you can make this around noon, around 4 or 5 o'clock. The flavors will all be married and it'll be just the most beautiful pot of soup. Then you serve it with your parsley and your crackers. And suck time. So to season your crackers, you can use whatever you want. You can use salt and pepper. If you have sesame seeds, you can throw those on there. If you have garlic powder, well, I'm going to use everything but the bagel seasoning. It's not but the bagel. Frick! Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Everything bagel. Okay, ready?
Yep. Go.
So you have your crackers all cut, and you put your olive oil on there. Now you're going to put your seasoning on there, and you can use anything you want. No rules. You can use salt and pepper. You can use sesame seeds. You can use garlic powder, but I'm going to use everything but bagel seasoning.